Hello friends, today we are going to hear a story about apples. Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a big, beautiful orchard full of all kinds of apple trees. There were apple trees with red apples and green apples and even yellow apples. The apples tasted sweet and sour and sometimes even a little bit bitter. But no matter what kind of apple it was, every single one was juicy and delicious. Underneath one of the apple trees lived a little field mouse. He was a happy little mouse because he could go up to the tree whenever he wanted and nibble on some yummy apples. One autumn, the little mouse was collecting his winter food. Every day he would bring some of the fallen apples back to his hole to store for the winter. One day, while he was gathering his food, he met an old wise owl. The owl was sitting on a branch just watching him. The mouse was a little scared at first, but then he asked the owl, "Why are you sitting here all alone?" The owl replied, "I am waiting for my friend, old Tomcat. He promised to bring me some apples so that I can enjoy the taste of autumn." The mouse felt sorry for the owl, so he said, "I have some apples here. Would you like to have them?" The owl said, "That would be wonderful. Thank you." And the mouse gave the apples to the owl. The owl ate the apples and sobbed for a moment. Then he said to the mouse, "You know, you are very kind to share your food with me, but I am not hungry now. Why don't we make a deal? You need food for the winter, right? Well, I know a secret. Underneath that big rock over there are some nuts. You can collect those nuts and keep them with your apples. They will make a nice treat during the cold winter days." The mouse thought for a moment. This was a very good idea. So he thanked the owl and went to look for the nuts. Under the big rock, the mouse found some walnuts and acorns. He collected as many as he could carry and took them back to his hole. Then he started to organize his food supplies. He put the apples in one corner, the nuts in another. He even made some holes in the wall of his hole so that he could peek out and see if any predators were approaching. He was very happy with his preparations. When winter arrived, it was cold and snowy outside. The wind would howl and shake the old oak tree where the owl lived. Sometimes the wind was so strong that some of the snow would fall off the tree and cover the ground below. One day, the snow fell off the tree and landed on the mouse's hole. The little mouse peeked out of his hole, but it was too dangerous to come out. He had to stay inside until the storm passed. The mouse started to feel sad. All he could think about was how much he missed his friend, the wise owl. He wished he could just fly away and be with the owl. Then he started to get a little bit angry. Angry at the storm, angry at the cat who never brought him any apples, angry at everything. And that's when he noticed something. He was angry, but he didn't have any apples to enjoy. So he did the only thing he could do. He started to eat the nuts. The nuts weren't as tasty as the apples, but they filled his tummy and made him feel better. After a while, the storm outside calmed down and the sun started to shine again. The little mouse came out of his hole and looked around. Everything was covered in a blanket of white snow. The apple tree looked beautiful in the distance. He could hear the wise owl hooting happily. The mouse smiled. He knew that even though winter was cold and dark, spring would come again. And next year he would gather even more apples for himself and for his friend, the wise owl. The end. If you like this story, please give us a thumbs up. Also check out our other videos which we have specially selected for you.